All right, so right now we're talking about NAWALT. What does NAWALT stand for? NAWALT stands for not all women are like that. This is a common phrase you'll hear in the MGTOW community. Okay, that women like to use this. Not all women are like that, mister. Whenever you drop these red pill truth bombs on them, they immediately hit you with NAWALT. Not all women are like that. To answer this question, I'm going to answer this from the perspective of somebody who's dated over 350 women over my entire pickup career. I've approached tens of thousands of women during my 2+ decades as a pickup artist now. And I can honestly say, when it comes to NAWALT, just based off my own experience, do I believe that not all women are like that? No, I don't. I cannot honestly sit here and lie to you and say that not all women are like that, because all women are pretty much like that. Okay, and there's a huge but in this. All women are like that, but to varying degrees. Okay, so to varying degrees, yes, all women can be like that. Now, I'm not trying to categorize anybody, but I am saying, like, when it comes to female nature and female behavioral patterns and women being hypergamous, yes. I mean, for the most part, overwhelmingly, they are pretty much all like that. But like I said, to varying degrees. I mean, some women will be more affectionate than others. Some women will be more nurturing than others. Some women will be colder than others. Some women will be more meaner than others. It just depends on the upbringing they had, whether or not they had daddy issues, whether or not they had brothers, or they grew up as an only child. A lot of these things will affect the level of how they treat you in the relationship, okay? Basically, how hypergamous they are, how mean they are, how nice they are, how cold they are, okay? It will all depend on the type of upbringing she's had. So whenever I look in my comment section, and I've just done a video about a red pill truth bomb that I've dropped on you, and you know, one of the most common responses I'll get from women is often, hey, stop categorizing all of us. Not all women are like that. Most times, you know, I won't even feed into that argument, because it's really, really next to impossible to red pill a woman who is not ready to be red pilled. I mean, most women who are aware of the red pill and who are open to the red pill are not going to say things like that. Okay, most women who are open to the red pill, if not red pill themselves, okay, and I don't know to what extent a woman can really, truly, honestly, genuinely be red pilled. Women who are open to the concepts of the red pill are never going to say things like, not all women are like that. Instead, they're going to agree. They're going to sit there and they're going to agree with it. And they're going to say, I wish it wasn't like this, or I wish we could come to some medium agreement or some type of understanding together. They're not going to sit there and bash me and try to shame me and throw out the personal attacks like a lot of these women do. Okay, a lot of these women in the comment section. You know, they're not going to say things like, oh, not all women are like that, because they are aware that most women are actually like that. Okay, and these women who are open to the red pill tend to be a lot more self-aware. So the fact that they are self-aware means that they are not going to sit there and try to deny something that is reality. But based on my own experience, having approached all these women in field for the last 2-3 decades, having been in a number of LTRs, dozens of LTRs, multi-year LTRs, which stands for long-term relationships, with women, one thing I've learned is, yeah, they all pretty much are like that. Right? They're all going to exercise their own hypergamy the second that you stop providing value, whether emotionally, mentally, physically, sexually, financially. They will look elsewhere. They all have the capacity to dump you, leave you, divorce rape you if need be. They all have the capacity to cheat on you, sneak around behind your back, manipulate you for their own benefit. Because the thing you have to understand about women is they're always going to serve their own purpose first before yours. They're always going to do what's in their own best interests and put that as priority ahead of yours. Okay, so women are always going to do what's in their own best interests. I mean, if you don't believe me, just look at how women vote. Ever since women were given the right to vote, our welfare state has increased by 100-fold. It's insane, because women are always going to vote in their own best interests. They're always going to vote benefits for themselves, regardless of how it affects the community, especially men, right? It's just part of their DNA. Okay, so to sit there and say not all women are like that and that there are, exceptions out there, I mean, you're basically saying that women can go against their own natural hardwiring as females, which is, next to impossible. The only thing that she can do really is suppress it. She can never totally, delete it or eliminate it. All she could do really is suppress it. This video isn't to bag on women, because men have our faults too, right? We all have our faults. But this video specifically is about NAWALT, just that expression NAWALT. Are all women like that? And I'm just going to sum this up by saying yes, based on my experience, all women are like that. And I know I'm going to get a lot of guys disagreeing, right? A lot of these beta cucks, these leftists, these male feminists, these guys who aren't out there in field approaching women, these guys who are basically incels, who've never cold approached a girl in their lives, guys who've never been in an LTR their entire lives. You're not going to sit there and tell me about women that they're not all like that. You're not going to sit there telling a guy who's done tens of thousands of approaches and who's been doing pickup for over 3 decades now and who's been in multiple dozens and dozens of LTRs that you know better. You're not going to tell me that, okay? Do not tell the pilot how to fly the plane. A lot of these guys have never flown before, and yet they're trying to tell the pilot how he should fly. Okay, I always equate it to that, because one of my biggest haters from a few years ago, who really just hated my content, finally got demolished by a girl, and then he came back many years later to apologize to me, and he said, "You're the pilot, and I made the mistake of trying to tell the pilot how to fly the plane, and I've never flown before." So I tend to use that analogy a lot. But for all the haters on there, especially the guys who are going to come on and white knight for these girls that they can never get, white knight for these girls that friend zone them, ignore them, call them creepy, push them aside to date guys like me, you're not going to sit there and tell me that, not all women are like that, or they're, you don't understand women, mister, and, oh, you're just a bitter, hurt man, because a lot of times, too, when you say things like this and you drop these red pill truth bombs, a lot of these people go right to the personal attacks and the shaming tactics, because they want you to abandon your belief systems and adopt theirs. And, a strong man just doesn't do that, okay? A man who's seen it all and done it all is not going to be so naive to fall for that scam. Okay, it just doesn't work on me anymore. A lot of these guys like to redefine what the red pill is. Also, they like to say, oh, the red pill is treating women nice and, making sure she feels special and respecting her. That's what the red pill is, mister. And it's like, no, dude, that's not the red pill. You're just trying to redefine the red pill to reflect your own narcissistic beliefs, which are inaccurate, which are not congruent with reality. These are generally, like I said, these are the guys who don't get laid, don't get these type of women, have never had more than 1 or 2 relationships their entire life, never cold approach a girl in their lives, want to sit here and try to tell you what women want and try to tell you what the red pill actually is. No, the red pill is based on reality. It is not based on your own personal bias, okay, or your own personal opinions. Yours or mine. It's based on reality. And I'm telling you, as an active pickup artist and somebody who's done game for the last 2-3 decades now and teaches thousands of men around the world and is constantly interacting with women almost on a daily basis, because I'm out there in venues 4 to 5 times per week. And when I'm not out there in these venues doing game, I am on dates with the girls that I'm currently dating right now. I've got a rotation of 6 different beautiful women that I'm dating. And even for those girls, they share those similarities where I know if I stop providing the value, they will drop me in a heartbeat. If I stop providing value emotionally, mentally, physically, sexually, they're gone. right? I don't really provide value financially. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in giving these women money or supporting them or paying their rent or buying them dinners or anything like that. I don't do that stuff. The girls I date, we treat each other like if I took her to dinner, she's going to take me somewhere else. You know, one of the main girls I'm dating right now, I haven't even spent a dime on her yet. We just started dating and she paid for dinner and she took me to a Warriors game recently. And this girl is not like some low value girl. She's a mechanical engineer for Google. She has a PhD. She attended MIT. So you have to be super smart to get in MIT. She lives in a luxury penthouse condo in the middle of the city, which is not cheap. It's very expensive. And she's still young and she has her whole career ahead of her and she's dating me, right? It's very difficult to pull these type of girls unless you are red-pilled. Okay, unless you understand game, unless you understand true female nature, unless you understand that all women are actually like that. But just, again, to varying degrees. Some women are more nurturing than others. Some women are more caring than others. Some women are colder and meaner than others. I could say that a million times. Everyone's to varying degrees. And it all depends on the type of background she's had, the type of upbringing she's had, the type of environment she was born into. It all depends on that. But at the end of the day, I mean, all women are pretty much, you know, hypergamous. And all women have the capacity to leave you if you stop providing value. Just because, as I've taught you guys, women don't love idealistically like we do as men. They can't love you unconditionally. They can only love you opportunistically. This goes for all the girls I'm dating right now. I know, like I said, I don't provide financial value to them, but I provide value in other ways, emotionally, mentally, physically, sexually. I provide value those ways. And I know if I stop doing these things or if I slip on my game, that these women have the capacity to leave me and they won't think twice about it. They won't think twice about it. They'll leave me in a heartbeat. And you know what? I'm okay. I'm all right with that because I don't hate them for that. I don't resent them for that. Just in the same way that if a bee were to sting me, I wouldn't resent the bee for doing that. I would just say, okay, well, that's a bee and, you know, he stung me. Okay, or she stung me because only female bees sting, right? Male bees don't sting. Interesting little tidbit there. But I know as I drop more of these red pill truth bombs, I'm just going to attract a lot more haters and a lot more of these male feminists, cucks, beta males, these orbiters, as well as obviously women not liking what I say. So they're immediately going to go to the shaming tactics, the personal attacks, the ad hominem attacks. They're going to try to attack my character rather than debate me on the actual topic, right? I did a coaching video recently that was entitled, Women Can Never Love You. You know, that women basically love opportunistically and not idealistically. That women are hypergamous. And I mean, this is all based on research and study and statistics and facts. So it's not like I was just sitting there spewing my opinion, right? I wasn't doing that. But yet these women came on like, oh, you stupid man. Or, oh, yeah, look at that shirt, you know, or, oh, I don't trust guys who wear 3 rings. It's like, what does that have to do with the topic? What are you trying to accomplish by personally attacking me or trying to shame me into silence? It's not going to work on me. I mean, duh, I'm out there in venues 4 to 5 times a week, you know, approaching tens of thousands of girls. You don't think they shit test me? You don't think I've been shit tested ever since I started doing game? You know, you're not having any effect on me. You're making me laugh. You know, especially because a lot of these morons do it hiding behind their computer and fake YouTube profile. I mean, if you want to do it and talk smack, don't be a pussy and do it behind your, you know, hiding behind a fake YouTube profile. Vet yourself. I'm vetted. I'm a public figure. I put myself out there. Do the same. If you want to talk smack or you want to debate me, don't do it from a fake YouTube profile because I just laugh at you and I go, what a pussy. You're a coward. I love these guys who are like hide behind their computer and fake YouTube profile and like, they're like, you're beta. You're gay. It's like, you expect me to take you seriously as you hide behind your computer and fake YouTube profile? Are you serious? Right? It's like, who's beta here? Who's hiding? I'm not hiding. I put myself out there. You know, I'm easy to find. I'm in these venues all the time. You want to come find me? Come find me. Do they ever do that? No. So, I am getting a lot of hater comments because I'm posting the truth, because I'm dropping these red pill truth bombs on you guys. But this is something that men need to hear because nobody is helping us. Okay, nobody is helping us out there. Everybody, everywhere you look in society, everything is designed to feed into the feminine, and to abandon the masculine, to abandon us, basically. It's designed to feed into the feminine imperative, to continue empowering women, to continue pedestalizing women at the expense of men. Because nobody's helping us. And any male role models we get that begin to build traction and begin to build a following, they get deplatformed. Their accounts get deleted, right? They get taken away from us. So nobody's out there helping us. So part of my duty as a dating coach and a self-improvement coach is I am going to drop these red pill truth bombs on you, which I don't see any other pickup company out there doing, or any other dating coach. None of these guys have the balls because they know it would hurt their business. They know dropping these red pill truth bombs on you, like, hey, women aren't designed to love you the way you want. You know, they know telling you that is not going to help them sell their products, right? When it comes to business, my thinking is the more value you provide, the more you help your customer base, the better your business will do. Even if it's, dropping these red pill truth bombs that a lot of guys don't want to hear. I understand that. It's the red pill is a bitter truth to swallow. But it's part of your journey, and you have to accept it, guys. You just have to accept it. All right, real quick, before we close up tonight's coaching video, a lot of you guys have been messaging me, asking me about last week's topic on the subject of female hypergamy and where you could get more information on it and where you could read up more about female hypergamy. And the book that I recommend, where I learned all of these ideas from that I'm now preaching to you, was taken directly from a book called The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi. Okay, and this is a book that I've learned a ton from, and you will learn a ton from as well. It's not a pickup artist book, FYI. It is a book that really covers more female behaviors and the reality of female behaviors, and it's probably the only red pill book that I've seen out there that I could honestly recommend. And Rollo is somebody who is actually living the red pill lifestyle. So he's not one of these guys who is just writing red pill books, but in reality, in his real day-to-day life, he's blue pill. No, this guy's seriously red pill, and he has a ton of knowledge, and he's been around the dating community for quite a while now. I didn't even realize that he was on So Suave, because I was actually on those forums way back in the early 2000s. I didn't realize he was on there. But I remember there was So Suave, and there was another site called Alt Fast Seduction, but apparently Rollo was around way back when. So he's one of these guys that has stuck around the community, and he has a great wealth of knowledge. So you want to pick up his book, The Rational Male. I cannot recommend it enough. And as you guys know, I don't recommend a whole lot of books here on my channel, but I will recommend you pick up a copy of The Rational Male. You could get it on Amazon. I will go ahead and include Rollo's personal link below. I do not have an Amazon account, and I don't really do Amazon affiliates or anything like that, but you want to use Rollo's link just so he gets the credit for it. I'm going to go ahead and include his link down below in my description box. And you can pick up a copy of The Rational Male for under 20 bucks. Okay, that's less than a movie ticket. So instead of dropping 20 bucks on a movie and giving Hollywood your money, where they're just going to use that money to indoctrinate you and promote more feminism in the world, instead take that money and invest in yourself. Pick up a copy of The Rational Male and red pill yourself. Share this book with friends of yours who also need to be red pilled. The lessons that you're going to learn from this book are going to provide a lifetime of value for you. Okay, and again, this book is under 20 bucks. You can pick it up on Amazon. Like I said, I'll go ahead and include Rollo's personal link below in my description box. It'll be the best 20 bucks that you spend in 2019, guaranteed. Anytime you hear me speak on the subject of female hypergamy, or anybody else for that matter on YouTube, I guarantee they're getting their ideas from this book, The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi. Okay? So, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell up top so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video. Also, more importantly, make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. Very, very important. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton. It tells YouTube that you guys are loving my videos and you want me to produce more of it. Okay, so make sure you smash that subscribe button as well. And for you guys who want to support my work,